Hi, welcome to Sid's Tips. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm very thrilled to be joined by Bernardo, the founder and inventor of the shoe 8000 Kicks. This is not any kind of shoe. This is a shoe made of hemp. Unbelievable. This is the coolest thing. And Bernardo is located in Portugal. Bernardo, thank you so much for joining me today. Look forward to diving in and talking more about your very, very cool shoe.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's my pleasure to be here with you, Sid.
So
Thanks a
great
lot.
to be chatting with you and learning more about how you got started with the company, the idea, and look forward to sharing all everybody's been thinking about questions that they have to ask for the shoes. So tell us, how did you come up with the idea and getting started and all that good stuff?
Okay, it's actually a pretty funny story. I moved out of London to Portugal. I was looking for something to do. I was looking for like some ideas to develop, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. So I moved out to Portugal, where I'm originally based off, and there was a night I had with friends. We were all together drinking beer and smoking, and someone came up with the idea of making a smokable shoe. It was the worst idea ever until I actually was like, maybe it's not such a bad idea. I mean, I've seen some bags made of hemp. I've seen some wallets. Why not a shoe, right? Why not? And the next days, I went to my grandmother and I was asking her, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Because actually, my grandmother, she has over 50 years experience in textiles.
Oh, wow.
Uh, so she knows a lot. And I was like, "Grandma, can we do this?" And she was like, "You're crazy. I didn't raise you to be a drug addict."
How funny.
Yeah, and then I was like, "No, this is not a drug. This is it's made from the same plant but different style." And then I just ordered some hemp and showed her, "Look, this is hemp fabric. It's not like anything crazy. It's fabric." And she was like, "Okay, actually, you may be right. Maybe this is not such a bad thing." And then I was telling her, "Look, this is super strong as well and ecological." And she was like, "Okay, let's try it out." And then the journey began. And then we were buying fabric samples from Romania, from France, from China, Nepal, Canada, United States, you name it. We were like, we need some hemp.
Wow, that is so, so cool. So how much of the process goes into making the shoe? What is the process for that?
Yeah, so I mean, just a quick note. It is like, okay, instead of using the shoe, I can just use the shoe on the background.
Yeah.
So this entire part here on top here,
Yep.
the upper is 100% hemp. However, the lower part here, this lower part here is actually made from algae. Uh,
Algae. Oh, wow.
yeah, but going to the hemp. So basically, what happens is it's a different style of hemp, not the one that grows in greenhouses and closed spaces. We grow it we grow it outdoors, and it's like optimized to grow in height. And the reason is because the way we extract the fiber is from the trunk, exactly from the, yeah, from the trunks. And so the bigger it grows, the longer the fibers are and the stronger it will be. Because hemp, for instance, cotton, it grows in really small bulbs uh, of of like textile, and then you just like unthread it into small pieces. You make a thread, right? And that's how you, but hemp otherwise, it grows in height. Each fiber can be up to 3 meters. And that's what makes it so strong, because one fiber is all the way up to 3 meters, and it's all to, and they're put all together into a thread that makes the fabric and the thread super strong, not like cotton that is like small short fibers.
Hmm.
So once we extract the, I mean, we don't plant it ourselves. We work with people that work with people that plant it. We buy the thread and the fabric according to our specifications, and then we put it into. I mean, we manufacture the fabric and the thread. We waterproof it. We add our membrane, and then we apply to making the shoe. And I mean, I've just summarized it, but the process goes through like 10 different factories actually, but summarized, that's pretty much it.
Wow. So how long does it take to make one pair of shoes?
That's a good question. I mean, to make the shoe, it's kind of fast once you have all the materials, but from like moment zero, assuming we already have the plants farmed and we already have the hemp fiber, it takes approximately 2 months.
Wow. Just to make a pair of shoes?
Yeah, I mean, we don't make one at a time, right?
Yeah.
But, to source all the materials, to get all the things done, and then getting them from like materials to final shoe, including making all the materials, 2 months, 2 months and a half.
Wow. Now the insoles are very interesting. So is the full insole? What's the material of the insole?
And insoles are made from hemp.
Wow, so this is very cool. It's a very soft material on the bottom of the.
Yeah, so on the bottom it's not 100% hemp. So the top is hemp. On the bottom it's felt, hemp felt mixed with
Very
with a
very
little bit
cool.
of recycled polyester. And the reason why we use hemp felt, it's actually what's used by the military. It's crazy, right? But the thing is, it keeps it doesn't absorb humidity, and basically keeps your feet smelling not so bad. Because what makes the feet smell bad is the fact that the fibers inside the shoe absorb I mean, they retain the moisture when your feet breathe. And the fact that these fibers, especially hemp, but also the felt on the bottom, they are moisture wicking, and the properties of the hemp itself, it's I'm forgetting the word, antibacterial and antimicrobial. Exactly.
Ah,
The fact that they have these properties makes the shoe smell less bad than most shoes.
because that's a big issue, obviously, feet odor. So that's great that it helps with feet
Yeah.
odor, which is great. Now, these are splash-proof material because I've actually tested. As you can see here, I was walking in the water and letting the water go over the shoe. And it does get to right about where the shoelaces are. But what are you coating it with something to make it splash-proof?
Yeah, we use two things. The first thing we use is a waterproof coating. So basically, once the fabric is done, we send it to another factory that their job is to basically apply our proprietary coating that is made from soy. And basically what happens is, in the past, all elders used to use wax to waterproof things. And we use the same principles. But instead of like using bad waxing and synthetic, we use our own soy proprietary coating, and we basically wax the surface of the fabric to make it water repellent. And then we also add a waterproof membrane underneath the fabric that allows allows the feet to breathe. The pores are really small. They allow the breathability to go out, but not the water to go in. It's quite interesting.
Huh. Wow, very cool. And obviously these are going to be eco-friendly to some extent. So maybe you could talk about the eco-friendly side of things.
Yeah, so the fact that our shoes are ecological is directly related with the fact that we use a lot of hemp. So hemp is one of those super materials that nature gave us that makes it so that makes it so sustainable. So just look at the facts. Hemp is it consumes 5 times less water than cotton. Hemp is it's used in Chernobyl to clean up the soils and the radiation. Hemp absorbs CO2, which means that we actually start our manufacturing process with a negative amount of emissions. And we're like, we don't even start manufacturing the shoes. We already offset some of the emissions that we're gonna do with the production. But it's just amazing, right?
Yeah.
And then also it purifies the soils, and that's why it's called weed. It's a funny fact that the word weed comes when you like use plants to between crops, right? Because
Hmm.
they grow really fast and they restore the nutrients in the soil, and that's where the word weed comes from. Hemp grows super fast, and it managed to replace the nutrients in the soil.
Wow.
It's an amazing plant.
It really is much more than I realized.
Yeah.
As you know, and so for those that are concerned about the environment, when these shoes, you know, after they're fully worn for disposing, is it recyclable material then that they can for disposing the shoes?
That's a really good question. One of the biggest challenges of shoe manufacturing is actually the recycling or the after. I mean, what do you do after using the shoes? And to be honest, we don't have 100% efficient. I mean, we have. I mean, what we recommend, and this is always the best way to go, is to if you no longer use your shoes, the best way is to give them to someone else that needs them.
Yeah,
This is the number one solution.
that's so true.
I
Yeah,
mean, because reusing is always the best.
yeah.
Now, regarding how do you recycle or dispose of the shoes, that's a really good question. What we recommend is just dumping them on the regular dumpster. Why? Because they are not 100% biodegradable, but they are about 95. So we use a little bit of recycled plastic in the bottoms, in the soles. Although it's made a lot from algae, it still has a little bit of a synthetic component. Also, the label here is made from recycled polyester, and the shoelaces, also the tips are made from recycled polyester. So it's not 100%, but it's 95, and that's more than 99% of the shoes out there. But we are working to make it 100% biodegradable.
That's great. Well, kudos to you for that because
Appreciate
obviously
it.
we care about the our planet, and so you're doing something a good thing for the planet. As far as the sole, anything that you know with coming up with this design and the pattern, anything that anybody might want to know as far as the pattern on the soles?
Um, no, they are made to be like used casually.
Yep.
Used by a lot of nurses. Actually, we've been a lot of people from the that works in cafes, bars are now actually buying our shoes because they are so light and you have them
So
in your
light.
hand.
Yeah, I mean, I could hold it on my fingers. They're light as. But what do they weigh approximately on an average
uh,
size?
Actually, I don't know the weight
U.S.
in the US. Yeah, I know it's like each shoe is about 100 grams.
Okay. So 100
Actually,
grams, you could take out a calculator and do the number there. Yeah, but
yeah.
they are light
You
as
have
a
to
feather,
access
which is
how much
great.
is that? Sorry?
They are light as a feather.
Yeah, I mean what we use as a benchmark is the two of them are lighter than your phone, and that's a pretty good benchmark.
Good benchmark, absolutely. And then as far as so you have the shoe for the men and the women,
Yeah,
all in the same colors. And what are the current colors that you have?
yeah, we have the beige and green, which is our original ones, the ones you have on your background. You have the black and white here. We have the full black with the black soles, and then we have the blues you have in your hand.
Yep,
We have the brown top, white bottom,
yep.
and then we have the new ones launching on the 420 on Wheat Day, with Appreciation Day, which is the greens, the new greens, dark green and white. Those are pretty cool.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
You think you're going to start seeing more companies getting into the space with a hemp shoe?
To be honest, we take a different approach at competitors. We really embrace people that start using hemp. I mean, even it doesn't matter if they are shoes. What we're trying to do is to make hemp great again. I mean, to be honest, we embrace competition because if we bring competitors into our space, that means that they do understand the advantages of using this material. And to be honest, once everyone starts using hemp, then our job is complete and we can move somewhere else.
There you go. Exactly right. As far as sizing, if somebody's thinking about getting the shoe, what do you recommend? So, and if I understand, you only have, you don't do half
Full sizes.
sizes, you do just full sizes. So,
Yeah.
do you recommend going up a size? Because normally I'm in like an 11 and a half, 11 to 11 and a half, and I went with a 12 and they, work perfectly. So what do you recommend for most people?
Yeah, definitely what you just said. We only have full sizes. If you're a straight full size, take your full size. If you are in between sizes, always size up. They run a slight bit small,
Yeah.
but also they adjust a lot. The way we build hemp is the way we weave the hemp is to make it super like adjustable. So the weaving adjusts a lot. After you use it 1-2 days around the house, you will see it adjust really quick.
Now,
And
and you ship worldwide?
we have free shipping in the US. We have free shipping in Europe. We have free exchanges and returns in the US as well. In Europe, we're working on it. We ship to a lot of countries, but not every single one. We don't ship to North Korea, and we don't ship to Iran either.
Okay. And so you have shoes here in the States that take care of your orders for you?
Yeah. We ship within the US and Europe. We ship
Yeah.
within like 3 to 5 days.
Oh, that's great. And so the price point, some people have said, what's the US price? Like 130-ish?
Yeah, 129.
129. So if somebody might say, well, that's, an expensive shoe, I think a lot goes into that. So when you thought about the price point on the shoe, anything, that comes to mind about the price point?
Yeah, look, to 129, to be honest, from what we see and from the quality of the products we put, the components, it's a lot of value for what you would normally get for $129. I mean, if you look at other brands, in terms of hemp durability, in terms of the fact that it's like water repellent, waterproof, the fact that it's the world's first hemp insoles, it's super light. I mean, it's stuff that you get so much value for your buck in one shoe. To be honest, I mean, it's the world's first waterproof hemp shoe.
It really is an amazing shoe. And I was just thinking too on the shoe and sizing for people. I wear a 2E and I find the toe box gives you a lot of room. So will these fit somebody if they have a 4E width?
Yeah, that's a good question. We make them slightly wide, so definitely yes. However, if it doesn't, we also have free exchanges and returns. So we can definitely exchange them. Okay,
great. And as far as where you make the shoes, anything you could talk about that?
Yeah, that's a huge challenge for us. We work with a lot of countries. But we mostly focus in 2 countries for manufacturing, and that's Portugal and Europe and China. Most of our hemp also comes from China. The reason is very simple, because China has been doing hemp since the 70s, while all the other countries have stopped making hemp in the 70s. So China makes hemp longer than all the other countries combined.
Wow.
But we also source our hemp from Romania, France. We have been buying from Canada as well, but not so much lately. We are buying now a lot as well from the Netherlands. And that's pretty much it. So we source from a lot of countries.
Oh, that's great. Now you also have your socks. You got the hemp socks, which is very cool. And also we got, which everybody needs today, a hemp mask. So really like the hemp mask. And anything that you could share about the socks and face mask?
Definitely. So the hemp mask was made using our hemp properties, which means that
Smells
they,
good. It smells good, by the way.
yeah, yeah, it does. It does. So it has it uses the properties of hemp, the fact that it's antibacterial and antimicrobial, and the fact that it repels moisture. So this is really useful when you want to repel a virus that is transmissible with water vapor, right?
Hmm.
So you block those small droplets containing the virus outside of your mask. So that's exactly why we built them using hemp. And then the socks as well. They use the antibacterial and antimicrobial properties of hemp, and that's why we decided to use hemp. So we're basically re-engineering the way hemp works and applying to a lot of different products because we know that hemp can do this better than other materials.
Very cool. And as far as washing the mask, can you
Yeah,
you can hand wash it
yeah, up to 25 times.
up to 25 times? Interesting. That and I know it does have a nose bridge too. So
Yeah,
nicely
that's very
done.
important for people that
Yeah,
use
you got to
glasses.
have that nose bridge. And then I thought this was a really nice touch that you've come and put this thank you card in here and the
Yeah,
care instructions. So very nicely done there.
yeah, it's a pop-up, right? It's our designer did an amazing job. Everyone was like, "Whoa, bro, you made it!"
Yeah,
It's
that
the
is
pop-up
great.
is cool.
How many employees do you guys have?
We have five employees, but we also have a lot of we work with a lot of agencies that help us. We outsource a lot as well to make sure we have more flexibility. So yeah, we are a very small team of motivated young folks and
That,
my grandma.
your grandmother, thank goodness to your grandmother. Thank you to her for working with you on this. And I was just thinking, a lot of people go on Shark Tank. Anything you think you'd ever do something like that one day to go on
Yeah, why
Shark
not?
Tank?
Well, right now it's not really our goal because I mean we're in the middle of a pandemic. We are still like
Yeah,
finding our way. I mean, we had a pretty straight roadmap without before the pandemic. Right now, we are a little bit kind of finding our way. The market is still not we want it to be. So we're like, but we feel like making a lot of progress, and definitely Shark Tank is one thing that we aim to do.
right, right. Well, congratulations to you. I'm so excited to share this with so many people. I know there's a lot of people I see on Facebook that are asking questions and expressing interest. I love them. They are light as a feather. They're great. I look forward to sharing more about my
Appreciate it.
experience and anything, Les, you can share anything in the future we should look forward to seeing that would else come out in the company?
Yeah, I think you're looking at it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
this is coming this summer. We're planning to launch some hats. I mean,
Oh,
it's I think more than just a hemp hat. It's carrying hemp as with pride, right? Like saying, "Hey, I'm using a hemp hat because I believe in this material," and that's what we want to show people. Hey, look, I'm using a hemp hat. Uh, why are you not using a hemp hat? Like this is like our mission to make hemp great again. So we were like uh, going more products with hemp, and we have a few more stuff coming later, but I cannot reveal.
well, I can't wait to see that. And congratulations. I look forward to seeing your journey and so glad you joined me today. And I will put a link where you get more information on these awesome, amazing shoes and the mask and socks. And Bernardo, thank you again for joining me today.
Appreciate it, Sid. My pleasure.
Thank you so much.